All right, hello. We're back. It's Saturday night time for another stream. Hope everybody's having a great weekend so far. Great Saturday and all that good stuff. Should be an exciting night. Got a bunch of exciting things to talk about tonight, I think, and a couple projects to work on. We're giving away the, let me make sure I get the name right here, HG Reben-Wolf. A.O.Z reboot version giveaway. Thank you to Old Man Domas for the donation for that. It's too good of a prize to hide in obscurity, so good luck everyone tonight with that. We'll be drawing for that as we get into the stream. And what else? I'm gonna jump into the chat, say hello and all that good stuff. Before I do, number one, if you enjoy these streams, do please hit that like button. It helps more people see the stream. I also will remind people that the super chats and Streamlabs tips are enabled. Been a while, other than a few weeks ago, where we had a massive flurry of that, which did bring us a pretty sweet backup prize. So if we give away that Reben-Wolf early, we got a pretty sweet kit on hand as well for a backup prize. So plenty of stuff to give away tonight. I think that's everything. I'm gonna jump to the chat, say hello, and then get into what I'm working on tonight. What's up, Dylan Doe, Wolfpack, Maverick Entity, John Ventura, Gail Gorks, Matthew Mahoney, Living Dead, New Type, what's up? Infrafan, Recycled Gamer, High Gain 510, what's up? Neko Shark, Lord Kronos, Anthony Sermoshi, Jason Esco Zero, what's up? MZ, It's a Gundam, Atomic Etrigan, Kilo Delta, iGrim, Kari, Angelic, what's up? Oop. Thanks for the super chat, Living Dead New Type. Elbow, what's all this noise about? I have OD'd on Peppa Pig today. Thanks, my 3-year-old. My brain is fried. I need this kid. Thanks again for the super chat. What's up, Crixler, Michael, Rob, Adonis, Butterknuckles. Let's see. Baron Radium, Giovanni, what's up? Heathcliff. I think I'm caught up there. Man, Peppa Pig. When we were on vacation, the hotel room TV, I swear, every time I tried to find something for my daughter to watch, Peppa Pig was always what was on Nick Jr. I don't think that it's the only thing that they play on Nick Jr., but it felt that way, because every time I turned on the TV, that was the only thing that was on, and it was frightening. Hey, Thomas, what's up? All right. So how's everybody doing? What's everybody up to? Remember where I was at. These I did, I think. Which pieces were complete? That is done. This is the stuff that, oh yes. Oh yes, I glued that because I broke that. It looks pretty good. I'll have to be really careful with that. So that stuff's all done. I missed something on screen, I think. Let's see. Fixing the aerial rebuild work. It looks like it did. It is the awesome Discord coin. That's true. That is one of the things to talk about. The Discord coins came in this week. Had them shipped to my house rather than the warehouse, so I could take care of organizing them and checking them all in and stuff. They came out great. Had two minor issues with the shipment though. There was a snafu. Oh, nuts. I feel like there's a misprint on how they did this, I think, but it looks okay regardless. Rearranged my kitchen today, so just relaxing, watching the stream. Awesome. Thanks for the super chat, Matthew. Make a note. getting it out. I need to crack some skulls. Blue's not bad at all, plus there are lots of jokes that are clearly there for the adults. Blue is great. Let's see. So some paint correction on G-Line Standard. Back diced ham, it's a pig model kit. Also store the Explorer. Let's see. MG meter, HG meter unit, panel line 30-minute mission, mini fantasy kit. Nice, can't wait to get it. Any rare misprints. Blue is awesome. I catch myself watching without my kid around. Bluey is a great kid show. Coins, I mean. I don't know if it's the thing itself. I feel like there's something on here that I remember should have been fixed in one of the proofs. I think they might have printed a slightly older version of the coin. It'll still look good regardless, but we had some issues, so I lost my train of thought looking at the coin. So number one is the they sent me acrylic cases instead of stands, so we're trying to work through that, and I think they missed one of the numbers and double printed another number, so I'm trying to get them to sort that out. So I'm going to work through that. I need to check this because I'm just going to look at this now. And so that's kind of delaying things for shipping them out because when we do the coins, we typically pack all the coins and then ship them all at once, because if we find an issue, like we can't find the numbers we're supposed to pack in a later order, we have the ability to open boxes back up and find them. It's a lot easier to fix issues when you know, it's in the building. Once it's shipped out, it becomes harder. Oh, maybe it is okay. Maybe it is a match. It looks lighter than I feel like it should. We never got printed twice. Well, I'm not going to tell you actually. That's going to be a secret. That spare one with that number is going to be destroyed or hidden away, buried somewhere, or shipped to the person whose number it was. So I haven't decided yet. Sorry, I'm distracted here looking at... Oh no, okay, it was... It was corrected, I think. Just the color is a little bit lighter than I expected it to be, I think, but it's all good. Good, that's one less thing I gotta worry about. So then trust to check your local Walmart for gun TCG, pack for scalpers, get them. Haven't gotten her into Bluey yet, but Pig was sort of an accident. Blue is good. My daughter watches Bluey probably more than she should. She probably shouldn't have anywhere near as much screen time as she does as a 20-something month old, but it keeps her distracted and feels like a lesser evil than some of the alternatives. It's a Blasphemy Builds. We're a Saturday night off, so I get to actually watch Cool Adonis. Excuse me. Okay, I'll set that aside and back to what I was working on. So anyway, so we'll see how they deal with both of those issues with the coins. I think they were. She watched Miss Rachel. No, that doesn't come up. Blue is easy because it's on Disney Plus. It's that and Moana. My daughter loves Moana, She's watched that movie probably like 100 times, which is kind of scary. So better than unrestricted access to YouTube. Very true. It was delightful. The only problem is running into at this point is that my son Rem's into me as hard as play runs into her dad. That's great. I mean, my daughter has poured water onto the floor to try to drink it, so I guess that's the worst habit she's picked up from the show, I think. Yeah. So they were going to contact the factory to figure out restriking the one that was not printed and figure out this stand issue. Get those shipped out and stuff. So hopefully it doesn't take too long. They told me they were going to get back to me on Friday, which is when I talked to a rep from the company. But they didn't, I imagine, because the factory's on the other side of the world, probably. So, I'll see. Hopefully they can turn around whatever they do quick. First time we've had an issue like this with the coins. So, which Friday? This past Friday, yesterday. They arrived earlier in the week, and then it took me a few days to get around to looking at them with my day-to-day schedule and everything else going on. Needed some serious, focused, uninterrupted time to check that one in with trying to get all the numbers sorted back out, because they don't really ship them in consecutive order. So I had to sort them all out, which is time consuming and a little tedious, especially where the pouch that they ship them in has some writing, and based on how the coins are defined, they put the serial number on the side that is harder to read, a little bit more hidden. Makes it more challenging to read the numbers than it really should be. But I think otherwise it makes sense, because then the really nice side is unobstructed when you open the box. The rain here a lot in Florida. We had some nice weather here in New Hampshire this past week. It wasn't until yesterday that it got hot again. It felt kind of like fall. The first few days of the week. Made for some nice walks when I could get out there. Some pretty nice weather days this last week. Yeah, it was a pretty good week weather-wise. Yesterday it definitely warmed up, and I think it's a little warmer today, but didn't really get out as much today. Be long until we all have to dig our coats out of the closet. Very true. Very true. It was feeling like fall this week, and then it went back to summer for a day or two. I'm sure it's going to gradually start start cooling off here. Kind of looking forward to it. I like fall. It's just a busier time of the year, especially for us here. A lot of birthdays in October, and this year we have a wedding in October to go to. So lots of busy weekends this October. You need a Florida Narco. It's normal to us to get rain every day in the afternoon during summer. Can't wait to need a coat outside. Maybe on Mecha Warehouse is getting the PB Wing reprints very soon. I think they just got invoiced, so they should be shipping any day now. So they should probably arrive in the next week or two. Probably safer bet is the 2 weeks. So a week from Friday's restock, probably. We're building in the fall and winter. I'm hoping I have more time to build all seasons that are not summer, to be honest. Hoping I have more time in the fall for building and painting and all that kind of stuff. I'm kind of doubtful that I will, but did you ever get around to seeing the Gundam Wing 30th anniversary promo video? I have not. Sometimes I feel like I say I'm busy and people don't believe me. Completely slips my mind as soon as the stream ends. I haven't gotten around to it, mostly because I don't think of it until I'm here. Such a Florida, try to hit the parks at pool in the morning, and then we get hit with rain around 2 or 3. That sounds about right. Anytime I've been down there. All right, so I think I would call that one set. That over here, and next up, panel line, the Zoward Heavy. I think I'm gonna snap build another kit. I live in the wrong state. Not for having to take care of my parents, I would move. Central Florida, try to hit the parks. I already read that one. Working 2 jobs, you'd be very busy. Technically 3 since he's also a dad. I also have another business. People forget. I got the dojo too, so technically I've got a full-time job and the warehouse, which seems to be consuming almost every spare moment I have. And then I got the dojo, which consumes a decent amount of time as well. And then obviously 3 kids. So I've got plenty going on. May have forgotten to send a reply back last week. I placed display scribe tip or I follow. Says the dealer too. Thanks again for getting that sorted out so quickly, Nick. No problem. Glad it turned out okay. Oh, I got a visitor. What do you got? Yeah, you don't say. I'm kind of busy right now. Oh, these are for me.
Ember, come on.
Let you go down, okay? I'll see you later, okay?
Come on.
I'll be right back, guys.
Come on.
timing on that one, that was funny. Speaking of being a dad, the discussion had to see what was up. Maybe cameo, so cute. Yeah, doing her stuff, so I thought that was my son waking up. Knuck munchkins. So it's just smile when I see Chris crash a live stream. Come to help build. Yeah, Mecha Wing. So where were we? What were we talking about? Yeah, so I got a few things going on. Speaking of the dojo too, that's probably going to start potentially going to occupy time. I looked at a new space for that. I think I mentioned that last week, that I was going to be looking at a new space. Place we've had the dojo in for the last 12 years has been frustrating, to say the least. The landlord doesn't really care over there. And it's starting to cause some problems again. And found a space that I think will do the trick. Took a look at it on Wednesday, working through the coming up with some sort of offer for the lease and trying to figure that out. And if that happens, then I'm going to be trying to move as quickly as I can to try to get it done while we're still kind of in back to school, which tends to be a popular time for people to start classes and stuff. So I'm hoping that goes well, but I kind of anticipate being a very busy month or so, working through all those details. I'll teach some of your forbidden techniques. You know, they'll take something off. Yeah, maybe. Also an exciting week. My last day at my old day job was this past Thursday. It was supposed to be Friday, but one of my coworkers was like, hey, you're not actually busy. Why are they making you come in? And said something to our boss and got them to let me out a day early. I think they pay me for Friday too, which is cool. And I start the new one on Monday, so a whole lot of exciting changes and such around here. School start back for your kids. My guys start back Monday. I think it's Thursday here. Monday, I think, is like orientation and, you know, back to school, like meet the teachers kind of stuff. And then I think it's Thursday is when classes start. So next week is going to be a chaotic bunch of stuff. Lots of changes for everybody around here, I think. Barzam 3 Windward legs are crazy. Got my work. Kids went back Wednesday. Wow. I mean, some parts of the country go back pretty early, right? I feel like the Northeast is one of the later areas of the country, I think. Right, dreading the buses on my route. Main bus stop is right next to my workplace. Oh, that can be rough. I'm kind of dreading the early bus stuff. My oldest starts middle school. And that's a much earlier bus. I think it's gonna work out well for me because I gotta get up for the new job anyway in order to make my timing make sense. Can't slack off as much as I could with the old day job. So that's gonna, I think, work together pretty well. It's been back to school a week now. He's joining us playing Roblox with my son. Nice. And drive out at 7 a.m. when the buses are out and about. Drive up the road to go to work. Goes to high school and elementary school. Yeah, that can be fun. In the most sarcastic way possible for something to be quote unquote fun. For the school librarians, she luckily can bring them. Oh, that works out well. We have a regional high school and middle school in our district as well, so my son's gonna have a fairly long bus commute, I think, to get to school every morning. Hey, rockers, what's going on? Crispy Bandai kit to be given away. Yes, and it was a donation too. So thank you again, Domus the Great. Thank you. Is that Old Man Domus, sorry. At least he gets extra sleep. Yeah, there you go. How's everyone's weekend going? Pretty good here. Super busy, as is the norm for me. Alright, that one's done. Finally not 100 outside here, so I was able to get some clear cutting done to finish my MG Justice. Nice. Wife and I are empty nesters now. How's that? Is that great or weird? I feel like that goes like two ways for people. It's either amazing or the house feels empty and lonely. So I hear. I love my kids, but I feel like even getting a few days with them all at the house would be kind of nice. Uh-oh. Incoming almost. Different to say the least. Right on cue, right? Like she knows I'm talking about her. So funny too, my daughter can be so hot and cold with me. She, 1 minute she's running across the room, arms outstretched, diving into my arms over and over again, and the next she's slapping me, trying to get me away. 2 of the 4 are local, so you can see them often. The other 2 live in the capital region in New York. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know how that would feel. My family, both of my brothers also live in New England, so it's not super hard to get together. Can't really imagine what that would be like. Wonder if I can get in there. About an hour and 45 minutes from us, so it's not too terrible. We usually see the 2 further away at least once a month. Oh, yeah, it's not that bad. I feel like we're like an hour and a half or so from my parents. I think we're the furthest away too. Quick question: does anyone know the total amount of hands the RG size becomes if I feel like I'm missing one? Nick, do your brothers build kits too? They do not. They, I think both of them are into Magic. We all did Warhammer back in the day. But, they aren't into the model kits. At least at the moment. I tried a Christmas or 2 ago to, get them into it, but look at the long for the hand count. It's a good idea. Alright, let's figure out this first draw. Alright, so first draw of the night. Let's do a number between 10 and 650 and answer the question: have you ever built a P Bandai kit? 10 to 650, have you ever built a P Bandai kit? 1 number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comments for the valid entry. 10 to 650, and have you ever built a P Bandai kit? Is it more over the summer? Seeing my oldest daughter is in the school system and she's off all summer. That's cool. Decent number of yeses. I actually got suckered in with that most recent P Bandai thing the other night. Thursday night, was it? Summer drop, yeah, whatever it was called. I've been really good. I've been avoiding stuff, but there were a couple items I had to get. the P-Bandai kit right now. Nice. Where people say numbers, it's for the giveaway. We're giving away a HG Reben-Wolf A.O.Z reboot version. Enter a number in the chat between 10 and 650 and include with it an answer to the question, have you ever built a P-Bandai kit? And in a few minutes we're going to call time, draw a number in that range. If your number is picked, then you'd be our winner. So okay, you and I look at the backlog and think I have plenty, but the goblin brain kicks in. Considering how little building I've been able to do beyond the stream, I can easily justify not buying more kits, and yet every once in a while can't control it. Two fists, two open. Let's see. Most recent purchase was the D Gundam first. Built Eric Mansfield's Zaku, the masterpiece. Luckily, it was a PC interframe, so I'm hoping I can make a mold and recreate it. Good luck. Hopefully that works out okay for you. It's always a bummer when you lose or break a piece, for that matter. Call time in just a moment. First piece lost was down the AC vent under the desk, put a screen on it after that. It's a good idea. Like a piece of like window screen. Should sell that as a accessory. So I dropped my just finished Kotobuki white glint into my cat's litter box a few days ago. Oof. Did it survive? All right. That was pretty quick. That was went really fast, actually. Let's see where the projects list real quick. It's kind of all my pieces of work on them when I wait for pick up to school, so it might have been lost in my truck. Oh, that's yeah, that can be rough. That's why I do all my building at my desk. I feel like I would lose tons of stuff, or at least have trouble sorting out pieces if I cut them all first. Better if I had a dedicated build space. Yeah, that's there's definitely some value to having dedicated build space. Alright, I guess I'm going to move on to the next kit. I think the car sounds like a major challenge, but first let's call time. Let's see if we have a winner yet. I've heard people do stuff like cut out pieces and then bring them like to build while they're traveling, like going through an airport or something, which sounds ridiculous. To me, half of the building is cutting the pieces out. The worst game of a needle and haystack, look at the parts in the litter and excessive cleaning. Yes, the kit did survive. Yeah, that's, I wouldn't kiss that kit with my all right, 194. We have a 194. I don't see a 194. I'll let you guys confirm if that's the case. We will draw again a little bit. Order kit, well, out of state. Well, out of state house sitting ones. But wouldn't call it travel build. Yeah, it's not quite the same. I've taken kits with me on vacation. My parents have a place on Cape Cod. We've done the, week or long weekend there, and there was one year, really early on in Mecha Warehouse, actually, I brought a couple kits and snap built them down there. But it's not quite the same. You bring your thing of tools, you bring your kits. It's not much different than, say, going to a build day or something. At least you're at a table, you have all your stuff with you. It's not quite as crazy. Pieces split by body parts, separate small food containers. Someone's going to bring an EG on my Alaskan cruise I just came back from, but opted not to. Part time not ordered an MG store, bring an FA, and the MG Philip Hughes Gym Dominance. Those could be tempting. Just got done doing decals on Dozy Zombie Zaka 2. What's everyone doing? I'm starting up the Hindry Sturm. So easy to do cutout pieces ahead of time to bring with you. Do you cut them out using the manual, like look and cut out each section's worth of pieces first? Or do you just cut out all the pieces and then find them after? If anyone owns a place, you're visiting the pieces and technically lost for good, there's a good chance you can get it back. That's true. Very true. Now, let's open all these up. Weirdest tool for diorama use? What tool? You have my attention. As a kid, after saving up like 6 months for PG Wing Zero, I ended up building most of it on a plane ride to Hawaii. Toothpaste squeezer. And how do you use that for a diorama? That seems like a really weird tool for diorama use. I can't imagine building on a plane. That just seems sketchy at best. To make corrugated metal, cut out for each body part, go head, body, arms, legs, everything else. And do you like bag them or otherwise sort them by section? Toolkits, different sections. I have nippers and sanding tools in. Usually put each section and put everything together when I'm done. out, paint then assemble. I would really struggle with something like that. Weird. Corrugated tool, green stuff world. Looking for alternate options. That shipping from Spain is a bit pricey. Turns out just a toothpaste squeezer. But since these days you'd have mostly use your hands to get a piece off a runner. Good luck trying to get nippers or hobby knife past security. I feel like the fingernail clipper style, the easy nipper from Mr. Hobby, would probably be your best bet for flying. If I were flying and only had carry-ons especially, that would be the tool I would bring. You cut the pieces for a section, I cut the pieces for the arm, the torso, etc. File, assemble. Okay, yeah, D3, B11, and a sticker. Okay, so I'll ride in my unicycle. No, I don't. If you toss a normal nipper and a shaving makeup bag, security wouldn't bat an eye. Maybe. Probably depends on how good or bad of a day they're having. Really trying hard not to spend any more on Gunflow right now because I'm saving up for PG New Gundam. I'm never going to be able to afford if I don't save up. Or TSA would let you have zippers if you showed them the kit. I don't know. They do weird stuff though. I remember somebody telling me about how they used to allow knives on planes, I guess, pre 9/11. If you were like flying, they'd give you a knife or whatever for your onboard meal or something like that. And then afterwards they took those away but still gave you forks, and the discussion there was how if you really know what you're doing, a fork can be probably just as dangerous as a knife. Nail nippers are the same form as what we use. Or are they? Can you get nail nippers that look like model kit nippers? Maybe they would pass through. So anything can be used as a weapon, even our hands, but they really can't ban those, can they? I don't know, maybe they can. Gotta lock your hands up before you get on the plane. Everybody's gotta fly in handcuffs. Well, the TSA used to have a 30% success rate back when they were being heavily audited. Bad hands when you can punch through that armored door. Who's saying I can't? Take about with your heavy buckle and use it like a flail. Master H over here. It's not getting ideas. We finally get to wear our shoes again. Oh, that's true. I heard something about that. I haven't flown since the change. I feel like the whole shoe thing was, I mean, most TSA stuff is kind of security theater, but the shoe thing especially. Nick, I thought I was the only one who knew they were joking. I mean, so many things are so security in a lot of places, and I don't know. I guess I probably can't get in trouble for this. So we went to Busch Gardens last week, and well, not last week, it was the week before. God, time's flying by. The first week and a half of August, we were on vacation. We went to Busch Gardens in Virginia, and they have a separate line for strollers. And so if you walk through with a stroller, they check your bag. If you're wearing a bag, they look at the stroller real quick, and they basically let you through. You might get wanded, you might not. You might get asked if there's anything in your pockets. You might not. And let's just say with that combination of things, if you wanted to get something through, if you were motivated, you could probably get something dangerous into the park. No one checks the piston of the baby, right? Like, I guess if you have a stroller, you're probably less likely to be a threat, but it's definitely possible. You're gambling a little bit if you're intentionally trying to get something in that you might get caught. But it's not as good as it could be. Better late than never. Hey guys, what's up, Fox Die? B10. Kind of pointless. A few ideas how to sneak a few things. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. You don't even have to be that creative. You go in once and just observe what's going on. Like I thought about, like, maybe I should just bring something in and then hand it to the security guy after I get through and say, guys, fix your security. Doesn't makes you pass through metal detector and take the baby out of the stroller. I think a lot of parks do. It makes more sense, right? I'm pretty sure other parks, you do something like that. They walk the stroller around for you or something. Spence just throw something over and pick up the other side. That's true. I mean, most security is defeatable. It's kind of the nature of security. If I learned anything, I worked a job one time, a consulting gig, and they were trying to do some serious security stuff for a communications device, so I spent a whole lot of time reading the books on how to do security for electronic devices or whatever. And basically the thing I learned the most from it is that nothing is really perfectly secure. There's so many different attack vectors. You're just kind of mitigating the risks to the point where you can hopefully prevent stuff. Like, perfect security is nearly impossible to achieve. So old locks just keep people honest. It's true. Locks are easy to defeat. Used to work at a Halloween store for a friend who was the manager, and we had a rule that you had to check the strollers out however you could because people would steal costumes under the baby. Jeez. People are horrible. The fact that that's even remotely a concern is just gross. Alright, my job is bypassing various security systems. Gated communities are a joke. Oh yeah, because of the whole repo thing. Yeah, most of those things are. Between prop doors and whatever. I kind of would love a job that just involved trying to defeat security, you know, like a ethical hacker kind of thing. That'd be kind of fun. We have one story how a woman was stealing from Walmart, hid stuff in her belly fat. That's funny. % people are doing it basically a white hat, right? Hideous. What's up, yo? What's up, dude? We had folks here who busted for stealing Ham's underdress. Oh, man. 2 and 3. The other thing is that good security, like security and convenience, are directly at odds. Which is part of why security rarely works, because people are happy to share their password or write it right on the place they enter the password or whatever, so they can make their lives easier. Like when these places make you change your password every like 30, 60, 90 days or whatever, and then have ridiculous rules for what those passwords can be, they kind of cause people to otherwise write them down and leave them places because they can't remember a crazy 50 character long password that has all these special rules and characters and all that kind of stuff, and it like causes more security issues than just keeping the same password. Let's go busted for breaching a community in a non-conventional way. They said they would drop the charges, so I showed them how to shore it up. It was until like the third time they got caught. Jeez. His brother was arrested a long time ago for attempting to steal clothes under his t-shirt. He was caught on camera. It was on the Crime Stoppers thing at the end of the news and everything. Called him a dancing shoplifter. So security system integrations. One of our techs has his username and password written on his laptop. Yeah, that's a problem. I've had IT people ask me for my password when they're helping me with an issue before, and it's like, you guys should be advocating for the security stuff, you know? People refuse to change their passwords. Gate code's carved in the back. The pole hold the keypad. Yeah, it's just people don't get it. We were speaking of stealing and security and all that stuff, we went to a Burlington coat factory yesterday, trying to get some clothes for my boys for this wedding that's coming up, getting new shirts and shoes and whatever. And I swear the number of signs they had in that place that were like, no shoplifting, you're on camera and all that kind of stuff, it felt like a dystopian alternate reality. The funniest part was the tiny girl acting as the loss prevention person with some crazy tactical vest on or whatever that was like 3 sizes too big and covered in molly webbing and everything, and it's like, is that supposed to make you seem intimidating or something? Like, Lazy IT people, there's nothing I need to use this password for. That's kind of how I look at it. I've refused before. Like, I'll type it in for you. Just ask me to type it in if you need access to my system. Like, I'm not going to give it to you. And the one time I gave up and did, it was funny because it was a funny password. Let's do a lot of the Wander Guard system to keep Alzheimer's patients from wandering out of nursing homes. Nurses would write 4-digit codes on the walls of the keypads. Your daily is a picture of a store where each bag of Doritos was locked in a case individually. That's funny. Just recommend password rotations, which account for one guy making rotations like 2 decades ago. It was done with no research. This guy is very sorry for all issues it caused these days, I'm sure. And most of the tiny ones, they will wreck you. Yeah, I mean, the changing passwords periodically makes sense. Just when you change them so frequently that you can't remember your password, it's a problem. It causes people to take shortcuts, which then is worse than having the same password. You're better off having one secure password than changing it all the time and having it be an insecure password. Security guards are hilarious to me. Most are too, or I could be a cop, so I'm going to cosplay as one. It's true. Start just adding +1, +2, +3, etc. Right. Alright, so we should do the next draw. Hate it when my phone is like, I'll make your password. I mean, I like password managers. I use one that lets me have better passwords. It's just the computer password is the one where you got to remember it or look it up, but you don't want to type in some 20-digit thing you got to look up every time. What doesn't in most cases, honestly, amount anyone can do just a few hours, let alone weeks to months. Basically determined they're not having it. Last I looked, Microsoft's official recommendation is once a year with MFA in place. Right, initial security. A consistent word, a number. I think I heard something about using phrases, which I think because they're easy to remember. Just making it longer that way or something. Okay, what is my question going to be? Look, horse battery stable. Custodial at Coles, who would find anything from truly requires to empty DS game cases in the woods bathroom inside tampon disposal bag boxes. They would be used biohazards in. Oh man. People are the worst. Let's do this. Let's do a number from 10 to 400, and what is the first kit you ever built? It's been a while since we asked that one. 10 to 400, what is the first kit you ever built? Remember, one number per person. Do not delete or change a number. You only ship to US addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number had to be in the same comment for every valid entry. A few years ago, they published a study that the phrase was way more secure because you don't need to write it down somewhere, like the A letter, 2 number, 4 symbols, and a blood sacrifice passwords. Comcast saw pissed himself loud because I bypassed the language filter for passwords by using. Look up XKCD battery horse comic. Okay. With words strung together is better to single word numbers, including special characters and word strings is even better. Right. You replace certain letters and numbers, maybe add a symbol here and there, but make it something memorable, like a phrase or something, or a combination of words even. And then, don't write it down. Write it on a piece of paper and stick it under the keyboard. or write it right on the computer itself or whatever, like you sometimes see. C3, 4, and 11. It always makes me laugh. Like you go to the bank and the bank person has their little like sticky note of passwords hidden somewhere, and it wouldn't take that much to know where those things are supposed to be. Like I suppose you'd have to be quick or whatever, but like I don't feel like that's super secure if you can physically access it. What was the question and numbers? 10 to 400 and first kit you were built. When someone brings up password security, I immediately think of Spaceballs. Boss doesn't know that I know. She keeps her password on a sticky note attached to the bottom of her keyboard. It's like the worst place. It's like leaving a key underneath your welcome mat. Right? Like 30% of people probably do that. You've got a pretty good chance of getting into somebody's house if you check under the welcome mat. And if it's not there, it's probably somewhere close by. People don't even have welcome mats anymore. Or the go away mat. I think I've seen those occasionally. A limited piece of paper with my picture of my middle finger under my just electrify your mats if someone goes to try to be unwelcome mat, right? Just electrify it. Someone touches it, they get shocked. Or even better yet, you should put a special key under the mat that has extra length and wire the lock such that it makes the key conduct when it's entered. Maybe I should talk about something else. I want to get in trouble. So die packs in your mat. This hasn't been a physical key for it in 22 years. We have a welcome mat, but we're not liars. So how about that Taco Bell? It's been a little while. Been better about avoiding it for a few weeks. Key tied to a bear mace hidden in garden gnome. Say we have been in dangerous territory for a while now. Giving people ideas. So if someone uses the bad key, they get shocked. Great. Yeah, exactly. I have 4 keys at a house. The all key. Yeah. You have no idea where it goes to. Man, the house is cool, but watch out for the wife and cats. Nick, what do you think about pen testing a Taco Bell? What do you mean by pen testing? I feel like I'm missing something there. Growing up, we never locked the front door. When we were in a suburban neighborhood, knew my dad was a cop and the house was heavily haunted. It's not my neighborhoods that or my neighbors that I'd be worried about. It would be somebody else trying to come in from outside the neighborhood. Trust fingerprint reader for the lock at your front door? I wouldn't know. I feel like biometric locks seem to fail at the worst possible moment. Pen testing. Penetration testing is term for testing security. Oh, that. Gotcha. I should have put that together probably, but. Biometrics just don't work for homes. They don't work for a lot of things. I feel like I wouldn't put a biometric on my computer unless I had a backup option, because the likelihood that I couldn't get into my computer at some point is just too high. Burn your fingerprint off, grabbing the pizza out of the oven or whatever, you know. Or it's just dirty. I mentioned this before, but I'm still new. Which files you're using and are they available on the site? So this is the Razor Origin from Gun Primer. We should have them in stock. We normally carry them, and we try really hard to keep them in stock all the time. This is the Balancer. Also, this is a gray from Gun Primer. They also have the white, which will get you back to the shiny finish. This is a little bit more matte. And then Sand Loop Flex. My Balancer and Sand Loop Flex are probably in need of replacement by a pretty decent margin. That is the test where the high end for the biometric locks are easier to bypass. Probably. You just gotta do the movie thing and cut off someone's finger or whatever. Or even the tape fingerprint deal. I think there's ways to do that too. Dog 7, all above 50 plus, and the biggest of Great Dane Cheddar Mix. Dog food. Speaking of locks, has anyone seen the YouTube short of the guy unlocking a lock with a beer can? Oh, really? Does he cut up the can, or does he just do something else with it? Does he make tools out of it, or something else? All right, I need to call time. Because time is flying by. Yeah, it cuts it to a shimmer. Gotcha. Shape of a hook. That's interesting. I briefly was kind of into lock picking for a little while. I never got very good at it. Never seemed to really be able to feel when the pins were setting. Cell phone, NFCs, and encrypted cards are best. Second best for house is keypad, but numpad numbers are randomized. All biometrics I've installed basically just took a pic of your print or retina and compared it to a saved copy. Easy to beat, really. Actually sleeves the cylinder and put the whole mechanism out. 67. Good crowbar will get you past most lock doors. That's true too. Most locks are really only good in a civilized society. 67. I don't see any winners. Let you guys confirm. If that's the case, we'll be drawn again really soon. The keypad bad without randomized numbers. Numbers used, most get worn off. Oh, I see. If the numbers like randomized as in they move around on the keypad. Lock picking is easy. Just takes practice. I can pick most locks with a paper clip or two. I have a lock pick kit though. Yeah, I never really got enough practice to get good at it. On my second individual is sponge files, but you can get through more than a handful of kits using them. So key opener is a shotgun with breach rounds. Yeah, master key. Only problem with that is everybody knows that you're opening that door. I've always said locks just keep honest people out. Can't pick a mag lock though. Can break the door open around it. Well, that's the thing, right? You could build the most secure door in the world, but if you can just knock out the window next to it or cut a hole in the wall, then it doesn't really matter. If you put a silence in the shotgun, I'll see myself out. Frame a car. For a company, we did a renovation. Once had 2 mag locks per door, one top, one bottom. Glass doors, though. Yeah. That, yeah. It's funny. Sound shotgun. They exist. C12. I don't know how quiet you can make like a 12 gauge though. Probably not super quiet. Customers that had me set up lockdowns for active shooter situations and all storefront glass doors. Glad is made with hopes and dreams. Giant BS shotgun suppressors are a thing. Yep. Alright, so this is gonna go here. C8. Just at a course house that actually has bulletproof glass panels installed inside of the glass windows in the lobby. On hinges to open and work on the windows. Latch for the standard cabinet lock. Oh, so you smashed the outside glass and now you just gotta break a cabinet lock. No idea. I heard first a joke back in the red versus blue days. Oh yeah, I thought you knew. They're definitely exist. Is the outer glass less breakable than another pane of bulletproof glass behind it, or is there space between it? I wonder if it would reinforce, but it does seem like a screen on a submarine. You're in a flathead driver and you're past the bulletproof glass. I feel like they rely on people not being able to study these things with the hope that because they don't know what they're up against, they think it's more secure than it is. The whole like security through obfuscation is such a bad idea. Okay, seek 13, 14, and 10. Thinking yesterday about how I would I'd make an MG core gun with all the add-on kits. That would be cool. I feel like that would be a stretch. If it did, the add-on kits would be like a P Bandai thing, like the all the F90 stuff. I think that'd be cool, but I don't know. What are the odds that they do it. Probably not super duper high. Man, they had to put these nubs on the inside of a concave section. Pick this kit up. Now if I can just find Zoar Heavy and DeLon's Assault, my Wish Mercury collection will be complete outside P Bandai. Some put decals on a pair of HG Spartans. We do with the pair, is there something cool in mind with two of the same kit? Which just amazed me what we end up talking about in these build nights. Yep. Some fun topics. Not quite sure how we got here, but pretty entertaining nonetheless. Conversation is a real attraction here. Building is just the icing. Well, in a lot of ways it is. I'm not doing anything particularly incredible with my building. I feel like if I was a former DWC winner doing a fancy customization thing or something, it would be a different story maybe. Making a whole hobby room. I really need more room for kids. That's cool. We kind of call it a studio up here for tax purposes, for making content for the business. So there's the shower for a minute. Most overlooked lock breakers, food grade LO2, crack freeze tumbler. Not true. The way you move the standing stick back and forth is the stuff of legends. Okay. Trying to rebuild his room. I'm kind of stoked because with the switching day jobs, I no longer need to worry about keeping space available down up here for a work from home desk. I've been using another one of these desks on the other side of the room for that, but I can turn that into a desk for one of my kids or something, I think. Chris, has anyone tried out the Steady fluorescent panel liner inks? Are they decent? Haven't seen any bigger brands making them, but I've seen kids that used it and they're cool. Steady makes them? I know I've seen somebody else have fluorescent panel liner inks, but I haven't heard about Steady doing it. Is that Barry? It's a cool idea though. I feel like it's a really niche application though. I can't say I would do it on more than 1 or 2 kits if I were to get it. Yes, Steady does. I was looking though today. Oh, that's cool. I think it was Barbatos Rex or something. Had a line of them too. I don't know how they compare. But it does seem like a super niche application. We have a handful of the usual colors available, but the only options to buy are not great. Yeah, I'd imagine. I don't know if we would carry something like that, because I feel like, I mean, I guess our regular panel lining inks sell typically pretty well. But the, with the more niche application, I feel like it's kind of like some of those color shift paints. They're neat and stuff, but you kind of have to have a special build in mind to really play with them. You're not doing that in everything you build, unless you're that rare person that's like what you're really into. All right. Fluorescent ones by Steady seem to sell really well on AliExpress. I mean, I think like they might sell well on there, but think of how big AliExpress's market is, right? And the fact that they're going kind of international with stuff to potentially multiple countries. When you get down the food chain to smaller and smaller stores, it becomes more and more risky, especially if you have to get it from a place and it's the only thing you're getting from that place. It's just, it's a bigger challenge there. Like there's plenty of stuff that even from mainstream manufacturers that we order other stuff from that we don't touch just because we don't think we'll sell enough of it to be worth the effort to even check for restocks. Do we need to order more? Any of that kind of stuff. I don't know if it's just because it's acrylic liner, not enamel, or what, but yeah, it's my Tamiya. The Tamiya panel liner has a super significant number of people that will get it, because almost everybody the panel lines with enamels will buy it. Some people will buy it again if they use enough of it, or when they drop their bottle or whatever. And it's just, you know, your user base is like somewhere probably between 10 and 50% of Gundam builders or something like that. at any given time versus the fluorescent ones might be a 2% of all builders might ever use it. And they might use it on one build and then never touch it again. Or use it on one build and loan it to a friend or whatever. Favorite point, figure to ask. Look neat, but I only would ever grab it from one of the other shops like you guys. What are you working on today? This is the Hindry Sturm. So just by proportion, it could sell well. It must sell well enough for them to make it. Alright, so this goes... Use Tamiya, and I use the gunner marker fine tip to tough up the Tamiya. Touch, not tough. Gotta toughen up that Tamiya. Sometimes it just seems like it's gonna quit, you know. You gotta push it a little sometimes. Alright, so I think we are getting to the time where we should do the next draw here. Actually, this will be an interesting question. Okay, so let's do a number from 10 to 150 and answer the question, do you panel line your kits? 10 to 150, do you panel line your kits? Remember, one number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship US addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number have to be the same comment for the valid entry. Get 10 to 150, do you panel line your kits? Almost due for about Tamiya. Black panel liner, I do see the point of the fluorescent. I mean, it's a cool product. Okay, so next step here, A1. White panel liner for kits like the Desite Tile. I feel like white would do pretty well. I mean, technically there are whites. The Mr. Hobby equivalent is the weathering color. That's kind of their product that you would use for panel lining, and they've got a bunch of colors, including a white, I think. To me, but I did actually dump the bottle myself 2 weeks ago, and that is why the regular panel liners were so well. Yes, I use too many methods. I use these thin tip markers on unpainted kits, and then I just use the Vallejo washes on painted. Mr. Hobby weathering colors are great. Yeah, I think they're supposed to be decent. I've never used them, but I think they've got some more kind of alternate colors beyond just the black, gray, brown, or whatever. The entire range of Mr. Weathering, love them. Mr. Weathering color works really good for panel lining. Use a blue on the G Gundam, it came out great. One possible mix fluorescent pigment dust into the one from Mr. Color without turning, looking horrible. I wonder. You could probably try it. I don't know how hard it is to get the fluorescent pigments. There's ultra fine tip Sharpies for panel lining. I've heard people use Sharpies for that and for just color correction and like metallics as well. The metallic Sharpies I hear are halfway decent. Doing what's up, Rodrigo? I must like using Mr. Weathering mostly. I want to try microns more, but it never turns out well for me. What issues do you have with them? Silver Sharpies are great for detailing inner frames. Thinning oil paints down for pin washes. Color enamel paint, some Zippo fluid mix panel liner. I guess find some fluorescent enamel paint. You could make your own. Definitely feeling it tonight. Looking forward to getting some rest. Be careful too. I feel like I might be catching something. A lot of the family was sick this week. I've had the little tickle in the back of my throat for a day or two now. We have a few bottles of first enamel paint to try that out on some scrap PLA. I struggle using anything well, so trying to run a micron down a panel line without damaging the tips. I see. Just drive home. Me and my wife managed to get a 2025 electric hybrid through a lease at a really good deal. That's cool. Congrats on the new vehicle. So I bought thin enough. I'll run down side of dish. People that eyeball and gut feel thinning ratios drive me nuts. I wish I could do that. Maybe eventually I could. I feel like that's the equivalent of, grandma not quite giving you the full recipe for her favorite cake that she used to make because she doesn't want anybody to show her up. It's their special thing, Sad about Rex's line of panel lines I brought into them when they were released, and all the jars, even ones I had not even used yet, seized up within less than a month due to poor seal design. Oh, that's rough. Do they still make them, or? But that's really disappointing. The way she doesn't need to keep overspending an Uber, and as for me, I still have the Mazda commute. This Mirror's pork pie recipe where the spice measurements are the starting point. Yeah, right? This application went perfect. When I mixed more, it was not as good. Some of the lines are redone, but whatever images I see of them still are in those horrid jars. That's disappointing. As always, the eyeball lacquer paints, there's a bigger margin for error. Additionally, I almost never test and spoons or anything. I wing a lot of what I do. It's bit me in the butt a few times. I just don't have a good enough feel for what's right to be able to eyeball it. Like, I feel like if I really know what right is, then I could eyeball it and adjust. It's kind of like, you know, cooking certain things on the grill. Some things I know when it's cooked. I have a good idea, good feel for how it goes, and I don't necessarily need very specific times or very specific whatever. But other things, I'm sitting there with like a stopwatch or whatever, or thermometer, trying to make sure I get my temps right. Alright, let's see. Let's call time. Ten to 150. Here we go. 13. Lucky number 13. I thought I've had a number of draws come out to 13 in the last few months. Gojira, let's see. Nobody's. Just the two? Just confirming it's just the two, right? Nobody's in Gojira 13. Be really convenient. I get to try out the new coin. Does it work as well as the previous coin? Dr. DeJones? I don't see Dr. DeJones. Number was 13. You mean high gains post? You say, oh, I see. Why is it not showing up over here? Okay, I see it. Why is 13, what? Oh, that's funny. Now it's showing up. Okay, well maybe we won't have the coin then, because we got a three-way here. So I got Gojira, Nobody's. Dr. Jones. Okay. I guess the coin gets to go back, and we will do the three-way tiebreaker with the dice method. Spinning triangle instead of a coin. We need to have a big Mecha Warehouse dice man die. If anybody knows where to get a custom die made, that'd be pretty cool. Put different design on all the sides. Wonder if we would sell many of those. Okay, so here's how this is going to work. It's a three-way tiebreaker. Gojira will be 1 and 2. Nobody's will be 3 or 4. And Dr. Jones will be 5 or 6. Those dice are all the internet these days. I might have to Google that at the end of the stream here. Okay, so 1 and 2 is Gojira, 3 and 4 is Nobody's, 5 and 6 is Dr. Jones. Number 6, or 6 die. Number 5, so Dr. Jones takes it. Congratulations. You can send an email to Mecha Warehouse, support at mechawarehouse.com. Jeez, I'm tired. Support at mechawarehouse.com with your info, and we should hopefully be able to get that out to you this week. Could be at least one viewer or customer capable of doing it. If you piss off Ocean's 11, they'll all mix in special plastic. Awesome. We do have a backup prize available. So, we will draw for that momentarily. Happy you spoke up. I'm glad to. I've learned not to fully trust what shows up, which is why I like a confirmation from one or more other individuals, because I've had things not show up before. And then there was we had that issue a couple charity streams ago where somebody had the right number, but we couldn't prove it because YouTube censors at least a couple of numbers if you put just the number into the chat. Hey, other Momo. Reben-Wolf been given away yet? I want to congratulate the winner. That kid is incredible. Just finished painting mine. Cool. Yes, we just Dr. Jones just won it a mere couple of moments ago. We're gonna draw for a sweet backup prize that we have courtesy of our super chat donations from a few weeks back. So. Might be running around Joy right now, right? What are the numbers for the drawing? There's no drawing running right now, but I'm going to announce what they're going to be here in a moment. I'm just quietly trying to figure out what I want my question to be this time. Time to see a stream is always already over. It's the first time I see it live. Oh, that's cool. Well, glad you could pop in before it ends this time. We're almost over tonight, but it's cool to see you. Prize for everyone's cookie. We've lost about 10 or 15 people since the other try. Okay, so for this backup prize, let's see. Let's do a number between 10 and 65. And how did you first encounter Mecha Warehouse? Let's go with that one. I'm curious. 10 to 65. How did you first encounter Mecha Warehouse? How did you find us? How did we find you? Remember, 1, number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only shipped U.S. addresses. You must be present to win. And your answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comments for the valid entry. 10 to 65. And how did you first encounter Mecha Warehouse? Reddit, YouTube suggestion. Too bad for ODO. From a friend, that's cool. Friend said something nice. YouTube algorithm, discussion. Facebook groups. Google search. Cool. So I jumped on 10% promo, nice. Free gun. All right, B5. While accidentally looking for furniture. That sounds like an interesting story. First video I saw on the channel was the MG Virtue video. We were talking about how the shipment was late. Oh, that was a while ago. Interesting. Pre-order shipment that is, yeah. That was like first warehouse out of the house. I guess someone else said the same number first. What are the rules on that? If two people have the same number, we flip the coin. If we have 3 or more, then we use some other random method to determine which person with that that number wins. Yeah, I mean, that was the really old warehouse. Virtue pre-orders was the first Hooksit location. We're now at the second Hooksit location with the Concord location between. So that was some time ago. 3 or more. Yeah, well, so like we just did with the winner for this last one, there were 3, so we rolled a virtual die and used that to pick who the winner is. Or something in the start get notifications, can't actually remember. Streams so much later. Man, it's kind of crazy to think. We've been doing these streams for a really long time. This is what stream number 248, and considering we theoretically do a max of 52 a year, and it's really less than that probably. It's a solid 5+ years of streams now at this point, I think. Let's finish the painting my Soundwave Flame Toys model kit. Tomorrow will be details and panel line. Cool. How was that one? My only Flame Toys Transformer kit was the G1 Optimus, I think. What playlist you jam into? I use Pretzel Rocks. It's we're on the Metal Station, I believe. Yes, Metal Station over Pretzel Rocks. Pretzel.rocks. It's like a streaming service for streamers. Whoops. Frame toys are great. They're large HGs. Yeah, I enjoyed that Optimus. It was a solid kit. I feel like it came out pretty good. Screw it. I'm gonna finish up this torso. 2 more parts, and then we'll call time. Got the Yellow Park Soundwave. Flame Toys G1 Megatron will work too. That's cool. I kind of want. There were what they call them? There was another version of the Optimus from Flame Toys that was like the first one I think that they had out. It was very stylized. I'm trying to remember what they called it. Been out of print for a while now, but I kind of wish I had snagged one of those back when we had them. IDW attack version. Was it the IDW? I don't think it was IDW though. It was I mean, it could be. They had like a shattered glass version where it was like the purple color scheme. Like a lion. It wasn't the lion one. What's up, Paul? I might have to look this up. It's gonna bother me now. Okay, with the eagle parts. Nope. Yeah, it wasn't the IDW. Yeah, it wasn't the large. Nemesis Prime. That sounds familiar. I'm trying to remember what this was called. It's not even showing up on the search. You know what? It's probably might be in the catalog. Here we go. show this. Shattered Glass, Optimus Prime, and there was I want to say that there was a non-shattered glass. It's really, yeah, really angular. The like chest had these like almost pentagon shaped like windows and stuff. It was very like sleek. Dude, I don't think it was stupid pricey. It was just really, it was interesting. It's not a model. Then you talk about Kuri version. No, it was a model. It was, I think, the first Optimus that I remember them having out. Remember we had it back in the attic days of Mecha Warehouse when the shop was up here. Attack mode model kit. Yeah, attack mode. There you go. If they reprinted that one, or the shattered glass version, I would, which I think is the purple color scheme, I would totally snag one. It's awesome. I can't believe you let that slip through your fingers. I wasn't even thinking about it back then. Like, it was... I just wasn't interested at the time. It's like I let some other stuff slip through, but some of that I got. Like, there was the Monoceros from Kotobukiya, the governor, that I built on stream like a year or two ago that I got when they reprinted him. I don't know if Flame Toys really goes back to reprint, but if they ever do, of course we haven't really been getting any Flame Toy stuff recently, so I don't know what the deal is with that, but if I could easily get my hands on one, I would. I don't think I'd overpay for it or go super out of my way to try to find one. But if one fell into my lap, I wouldn't be unhappy. 3 of the attack mode style, normal shattered glass, and Nemesis Prime. Yes, there you go. Still some spots available for the waitlist. The Discord challenge coins. There are spots, Gene. So thanks for actually bringing that up. If you're a Discord member and you didn't pre-order one of these coins, you can DM me over on the Discord to get on the waitlist. We did order some extras, and once we do get the coins shipped out in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, depending on how long it takes for the distributor to rectify those issues I mentioned earlier in the stream, the manufacturer or whatnot, then we can ship out the waitlist ones after the pre-ordered get out there. I think I looked that one up. Must have been before I was grabbing anything from the lines. This one is news to me. Don't think the IDW has the license anymore since Skybound started the comics. No idea. This is Nick from Mecha Warehouse. Maybe they can want to share some insider info. I think Tomy Tech is doing the IDW figures now. Yeah, I'm not really into the IDW design that much. I have the G1 that I built and painted, and I like that one. But the attack mode would be cool. God, the eBay prices are insane for it, really? Is that for the attack mode? Alright, so I think that completes the torso. Oh, we're 5 minutes over. Yeah, I wanted to finish up the torso here. Let's call time. Attack mode is 100 plus there. Wow. These are the kind of things I wish I had. Got distracted by Optimus, right? I wish I had a time machine know which ones are going to be worth way more and just stick them in a storage unit somewhere. Thanks, I got myself banned from using that channel. 2v2 build parts there on the laps. No, I can see the clearance channel. Let's see. Random number 10 to, what was the range? 65. All right. 10 to 65, number 38. Oh, that number sounds familiar. I feel like we've had numerous failed attempts to give away stuff at 38 before. Let's see if that's changed this time. Talk Transformers, and now some Megatron from the Beast Wars series. It's looking really good. Oh, really? Solid Monkey with 38. Awesome. Solid Monkey. Nice. So, Solid Monkey, you won a Lightning Buster Gundam high grade, and that's courtesy of our super chatters a few weeks back. So thanks to everybody who super chatted back when they did. So solid backup prize there. There were a couple super chats tonight, so I'll have to see where that takes us next time I check those and update those numbers. Let's see. I don't know if we'll have enough. I guess a small prize maybe for another backup prize, depending on what's there. So anyway, we're a bit over. So that's it for tonight. We'll be back, I believe, next week, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll be giving away something else, something good. Excuse me, and all that good stuff. So hope everyone has a great evening, great rest of the week, and a great week ahead.